Blessings, Starshine. This is Madar from Song of Stones, and I'm here to share with you a group, a circle, I like to call them, of my personal healing crystals as promised. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had a bit of a bug, if you want to call it that. It was a stomach thing. And normally I have a group of crystals that I go to when I get a flu bug, which I call my amber syrup healing crystals. And I'm going to show you those another day. But this time I was called to draw on these. And the last time I called on these was when my hubby had an accident and had to go to the hospital unexpectedly. So, of course, I stopped to grab some crystals while the ambulance drivers waited for me. And I'm glad I did because they really did help me a lot, just having them with me. So this last time I called on them again, and this time I co-created a star song with them. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the star songs, they're so magical. They are um, natural, ordinary water transformed into healing elixir through the presence of crystals and other magic. You can do something similar with what's called crystal elixirs, and that can be done. Some people will put the crystals right inside the water. I like to keep my crystals around the water rather than inside the water, so placed right next to the water. And I use glass. I don't know if it really matters if the container is clear or not. The energies of the crystals, they're beyond matter, so I honestly don't think it matters. But you know what? You can try it. You could try it and see for yourself and see the difference between whether um, the energy transforms through glass or through another container that is not see-through and is more solid. So I'm a big fan and believer of trying things for yourself, because what might work for somebody might not work for you, and vice versa. I mean, you know, we're all on different journeys, and different things work differently for us. And but in my experience, the crystals are beyond matter, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me introduce you to each one of these crystals. So the four crystals at the back, starting from the left, is shungite. And then the next creamy looking one with the hole at the top is petrified wood, but they are a very special group of petrified wood from Canada. Really, really magical. Stones of the crystal forest, they are. And get in touch and I'll tell you all about them. There's a lot to say about those particular ones. But, and then coral, the red one is coral. This is a coral bead that I got really a long time ago that I just happened upon. It was the only one that I got of that kind. I do have red coral, natural red coral, which is unheard of, finding natural red coral any longer, because most of it, well, because it's protected, and rightly so, and also because most of the stuff out there is dyed. And then copper. Copper is a really wonderful healing stone, and it's often overlooked. So those 4 in the back were the ones that I took with me when my hubby went to the hospital. And then these other 2 are ones that I called in, or that were singing, to be a part of this particular star song. And that is, the one in the back is a marcasite nodule, and it's a little bit different than, was a unique one. And it kind of, if you look at it, kind of looks like a heart. And then hematite, a hematite crystal. Hematite is another really, 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 if you didn't get how really important this crystal is, especially when it comes to working with anything blood related. And when one is not feeling well, a bloodstone, and either hematite or bloodstone, because bloodstone is included with hematite, or any stone that has hematite inclusions would work. This particular one is a natural hematite crystal. Again, very rare to find hematite in its natural crystal form. And I do have a few of those. If you guys are feeling drawn to it, just get in touch and I will connect you. So the 4 in the back are especially important for sensitive souls. Shungite, I mean, I would call Shungite the empath stone and the sensitive soul's stone. If you're a sensitive soul and you can only have one crystal, that's really the one I would recommend. I mean, that would be a horrible crime not to only have one crystal. But if you could only have one, that would be the one, if you're a sensitive soul. Shungite is like a vortex of energy, cleansing and clearing and protecting, if you will, the sensitive soul from toxic energies. And then petrified wood, well, I mean, you can't get anything more grounding than that. And, the connection to the tree people is also an important aspect of this stone, because the tree people, wow, when one tree, first of all, the tree people are all connected, like all of us, but they are very aware of that connection. So when one of the trees is in distress, they are all together. They showed me this once, and I've never experienced anything like that before, and I know I never will again. Their connection is so unbelievably beautiful. They seem so separate and alone, even in a forest when there's so many of them. They seem so separate, but they are all so intricately connected. And when one is in distress, they are all holding space and encircle to support and to heal. And yeah, you know what? It just moves me so much. I can't, I don't even have words to express the connection that they have. And I invite you guys to connect with the tree people and ask them to show you. They're so giving. And I'm sure, will show you that deep connection, which is going to be much more it's going to be much better than hearing anything that I have to say about how connected they are. And then coral. Okay, coral. If you're a sensitive soul, I think coral is the next thing after shungite as far as being a stone that you'll want to connect with. And if you can't find coral to have in person, remember, I say this often, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to always be saying this. You can connect with the stone beings even if you don't have them with you. Through a picture, through a visualization, through an intention. Just say the word. And you can tap into that energy. So coral, think about coral and what they are. They are kind of like the crystals in the sense that they appear to be inanimate. Well, they do move, but they are really in one spot in the ocean, and they allow the currents to carry all their nutrients to them. I remember first hearing this about coral and thinking how magical that was. That they are in one spot and everything comes to them. And they could be seen as being very vulnerable, and they are in harm's way right now in our oceans. They are like the canary that you send into the coal mine, and if they come out, everything's okay. They're the first ones to die off in the oceans. And it's very sad that when you look at what's happened to them, but they are the sensitive souls of the ocean beings. They're showing us, just like we, the human sensitive souls, are showing people what is going to happen if we don't shift the way we do things. So coral I have a lot to say about coral, and I've got a lot of information on my website about coral, so you're welcome to go check that out. And as always, if you can't find any information, get in touch and I will help you. So copper is a stone for the divine feminine. There's a lot to say about copper. Copper is an energy that we women especially need at this time, and can be very helpful as we are transitioning, as we are awakening parts of ourselves that we didn't even know existed. And as the world is starting to give women the honor and respect, and to see woman as an equal part of our society. Copper can be very helpful. And as far as physical well-being goes, I mean, copper is just something that is an important mineral in the body for women especially. And then the other two are heart stones, and I just needed to connect to some heart stones in the moment, and they came to join the four C's, as I called them. Carbon, which is shungite, cedar and wood, coral, and copper. So I called them the 4 C's. And you guys are welcome to experience the energy of these exact stones through a star song. I can't say enough about the magic of the star songs. They have changed my life. They've saved my life. They've shifted me in ways that I really can't begin to express. They are magic, pure magic. I've seen them do amazing things for customers and for my family and for me personally. I have lots of testimonials up on my website that you can connect with. Just type in Star Song and I'm sure it'll come up. And if you are wanting to try a star song, a personal star song, or one of the star songs that I've used in the past, you can see I've got lots of blog posts about the star songs, and if you ever feel drawn to or connected to a specific circle or a specific star song, let me know. And if you are feeling, if you're going through a physical transition at the moment, through the change in season, or anything, any kind of flu bug or virus or anything, I have this star song, and I have the amber syrup, which is the one I normally go to when I get a flu bug. And it's amazing how quickly it helps me. The last time I had something, I had a bug that was similar to the one I just had. The last time I had one like that, I was on my back for 3 weeks, and it took me even longer to really get back to myself. And this time, I'm going to tell you, and the star songs are not the only things that I do. I've done a lot to help myself, and I do teach people how to do the same through my wellness consultations, and I do also a healing work through my Layering Light website. But now this time, one day I can say that I suffered, and not greatly, very mildly. And the rest was just, the next few days I just needed to honor my body and rest. But it's not anything like what I used to experience. And I used to get sick a lot because I have an autoimmune issue. I know a lot of people do. A lot of sensitive souls have autoimmune issues. And there's a deep spiritual reason for that, which I do go into with my clients. So, yeah, I mean, it's really wonderful. And I'm telling you this, I'm sharing this with you because there's so many people who are suffering right now. immune systems are compromised, our health, if we're on the standard diets, the standard global diets, we're not going to be doing as well as we could be. Our environment, our air quality is not great. Our water is not great. So there's a lot of us going through some physical issues. And so the reason I'm telling you this, the reason I'm telling you that where I once was sick all the time and now I when I do get sick, it's so mild. Sometimes it's the day where I don't feel well. Sometimes it's minutes. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but I'm telling you this because I want you to be aware of the possibility. I want you to know that you can feel powerful and strong in your body despite what's going on in the world. There are so many things that you can do, and I mean little simple things. And it takes time. Listen, I didn't get to this stage overnight. It was years of, small little shifts, each one taking me into feeling better and better and better and having more and more and more energy. I mean, I used to I was tired all the time. And now I have so much more energy. Thanks to the crystals, thanks to the star songs, thanks to really honestly trusting my body. I could tell you one thing now, and that can change your whole life. Trust yourself, trust your body. And that's all you need to know. You don't need me, you don't need the crystals, you don't need anything else. Though you probably will call in certain energies when you trust yourself, but I'm saying the thing that you need the most is self-trust. And with that, you can do anything. And I want you guys to know that. I want you guys to have hope. I want you to see the possibilities, to see your possibilities. So, wow, I can really ramble when it comes to things I'm passionate about, like the crystals and self-trust and healing. And thanks for listening. Thanks to those of you who are here. Thanks to those of you who are going to listen to the recording. I am sending you so much love, sending you lots of crystal love and many blessings for well-being and peacefulness in this crazy time that we're in.